back. I'm assuming we've already started because there's always a thing at the beginning of YouTube videos where people aren't talking and it's an awkward pause.
No.
Hello.
Hi. It's at 0 still.
I know, but it always like freezes.
Okay. No, it always shows at 6. 6 is a very auspicious number. It's actually the number that I drew today for my card of the day numerology deck. No one cares.
I was listening. I was interested. I'm interested in your card of the day. And I'm not saying that sarcastically.
I feel like no one cares about us a lot. Like, I think that's a Saturn in the 10th house thing, where it's like, we rarely get, like, we do get compliments, but mostly we get demands.
Yeah, but I think that just comes with the territory.
I think, yeah, with the subject matter that we provide.
She's
here!
Oh,
hello! Hello! Thank you so much for being so patient with our crazy scheduling this week.
Yeah, just in general.
Should have said that to Hallie too, but thank you, both of you.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming to your own drag me.
Let's get into it. What do you feel like drag?
Oh, Saturn in the first Aries rising.
Yeah, okay, go.
Was like screaming at me. Yeah, just because obviously Saturn in the first is kind of trash. Well, like kind of trash. I mean, like it's really trash. But also having Aries in there, it's just everything you do it impulsively, and it always should not be done impulsively.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just constantly following you along. Like you're just like trudging ahead of things. Okay, it's one or the other. I actually just watched a Deborah Silverman video about Saturn and Aries yesterday, and I haven't watched one of her videos in probably over a year. But I randomly popped up and I watched it. And she made a good point. It's like it's either like one of two ways of like, you either don't assert yourself and you don't have enough self-confidence or leadership abilities. And so like you need to learn to have like, you know, blah, blah, blah. Or you overcompensate and you always feel like you should be in control, or both. You flip-flop between both. And you just show too much. I feel like you're that one. Like,
yeah, because it's an Aries. I feel like it's
because it's the
bust energy.
Because it's like the first house. Mm-hmm. So I feel like you're just like constantly being like, I need to be the leader. I need to be the boss. I need to be the bitch, right? But whenever you try to be the bitch, you fucking trip on the way. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. And you're like, I'm still fine, guys. I just did a little trip, and like your leg's bleeding, and people are like, there's a giant hurricane coming behind you that you didn't plan for, and you're like, it's fine. It won't knock out my house. It just did.
Also, who hires a boss who doesn't have any forethought?
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Who's just like, oh my god, that's Michael. It's Michael from The Office.
Yeah. You're not like a Gemini Leo moon like
yeah,
this,
but he's got some Aries in him for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Could he be a Venus of Aries? Anyway,
I think we've had this conversation.
We have. But what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, like, okay, because your idea of being a leader is not like planning, prepping, skilling, organization, teamwork, blah, blah, blah. Your idea of a leader is like they tell people what to do, and they tell them fast, and they make impulsive decisions, and they go, go, go. And like that's what you're always like showing to people.
Yeah. A leader is someone who is the boss.
And ignores everybody else around them.
A leader is someone that everyone flocks to. And, well, that's more of, like, Leo energy, but, like, a leader is someone that everyone listens to.
Mm-hmm. That's so funny. That's so true. Yeah, but everything you do, especially because you also have that famous Mars-Saturn opposition. So, like, every time you kind of take responsibility, like, because responsibility probably gets put on you a lot. You probably have to take a lot of responsibility on at a very young age. And you've always had to, like, keep a cool, like ready for action kind of situation. But it's like, you're always ready for action, but anytime that you actually act, shit gets fucked up. Yeah. And like, you're such like a assertive leader, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to like, when you actually get angry, you're nowhere to be found. Like, you're the most passive aggressive person. It's like, how can a leader be the most passive aggressive person ever? And then like, you're also like, Mars and Libra isn't always sure how they want things done.
Mars and Scorpio.
Oh, Mars and Scorpio. Sorry. For some reason I was thinking Mars and Libra. Never mind then. Ignore that thing.
Just because it's opposite.
Yeah, okay.
Mars and Scorpio in the 7th house. It's got to be like...
I feel bad for whoever you're in a relationship.
Yeah. I really don't want to say this because every time I do, I eat my words. So I'm not going to say it. But I am going to say that would be a big red flag for me.
She's not saying that she would never do it.
Yeah.
But she's saying
I'm only not saying that I would never do it because every time I say that, I do it. So I'm just gonna say it's a big red flag.
It's horrible. He's scared of me. Yeah, and you're like, ha ha ha, that's so cool. No, it's only cool to you. Like, he does not think it's cool. He's scared. He's like, when is she gonna when am I gonna unleash the Kraken and all my secrets are gonna be out on display? Because like right now it's all chilling, but I know you're hatching a plan.
Mars in Scorpio in the 7th house. It's like if I was dating you, whoever you're dating, you like don't hold back on the psychological warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't know anyone as intimately as you know your partner, right? And that's like something so positive. You'd say that in your vows, like, I don't know anyone as intimately as I know you. That's so sweet. I don't know anyone as intimately as I know you. We are so bonded. And so, like, yeah, it's such a beautiful thing to know someone so intimately, unless you're going to use it to fucking blackmail them and twist their emotions and, like, attack their innermost, deepest insecurities.
And you might be like, I would never do that. I love this person. Yeah, but wait until you don't. The second they do something that, like, ticks you off,
you're like, wah!
Yeah. You're like, right now, I would never. If you're in good terms, right?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm really not that mean. But it's like, oh yeah, but that's because nobody's hit it yet. Nobody's like dug their nail at it.
Scorpio energy, most likely to fucking read your diary.
Yeah.
True. And like that's where
you accept that.
You're going to like fucking get all the juiciness, all the like your deepest insecurities. You're like, if you're not going to tell me, I'm guilty. You've read your significant other's diary?
Of course. No, I live with
this
a Scorpio rising, and I accepted immediately before anything that like he's gonna see all my things, he's gonna read all my stuff, he's gonna look through all my things, and I was like, I just have to be okay with that.
No, I dated a Scorpio, and I was like, please, no, just don't. I'm not hiding anything from you, but like I'd like it if you didn't read my like iPhone notes, because that's like kind of my diary.
Yeah, totally. That's what my like laptop is. Yeah.
And then he had to like go into the bank, and he needed my like bag for some reason. And I was like, okay, fine. I don't need my phone, but just like don't look through it. I don't know how he like even got my password back in the day.
He had that shit on lock. He had it ready for the second he could see your phone.
But like, I was like, just go into the bank. You can take my bag or whatever. Just don't look through my fucking iPhone notes. It's a lot of like cheesy poetry that I just like keep for sentimental reasons. I'm Cancer rising. And
everybody has their weird shit that they write.
Right. He came back and like it was all over his face. Not only did I know that he had read it, but I knew that he was mad at me for it. Because it had like 7th grade poetry from when I had a crush on someone that he never knew, would never know, did not matter to me. But like, oh my God, you once had a crush on someone who wasn't me. How dare you? That was a Scorpio with Mars in the 7th house. Not a Mars in the 7th house, Scorpio.
But
Mars.
yeah.
But you get the idea.
I
go through his phone impulsively. I try to stop myself, but it's become a habit. Can't handle
it. I love that response. Yeah, and it's on top of Lilith too. So that's why you literally can't control yourself.
Yeah.
And it's become a habit because it becomes so obsessive and impulsive and so like all consuming.
And you're like, at least I don't drink. At least I don't do drugs. I'm addicted to love. Especially because you've got a Venus in Pisces, Mars in Scorpio. Also, this is a subtle drag. But you have all of your, not even just your personal planets, basically all of your Vedic planets, all of your non-outer planets are at very high degrees, like 23 to 29, except for your Mars and your Moon. And especially because you're an Aquarius, which is one of the last signs of the zodiac, you get this rap for, even though you're an Aries rising, you also have Saturn in the first. So you get this rap for being like very mature, and your ascendant is at 19 degrees. So you come across as like very
with
mature.
Saturn. Oh, and a Capricorn midheaven?
Yeah, mature, responsible, especially knowledgeable. But your moon is at 8 degrees and your Mars is at 6 degrees. So that's where you're the pettiest. Yeah. That's where you're the most undeveloped in your emotional life and in your like I feel like you're just kind of an unexpectedly petty person.
Yeah, like that's
unexpectedly petty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, you've got a 10th house or a 9th house Capricorn moon, but it's conjunct the midheaven. You are just such a workaholic, like too much. Like, will run yourself down just for the sake of how far can I go. Like, that's definitely a very Capricorn moon thing of like, you don't feel like you have the right to stop until you physically like pass out and get taken to the hospital. Like, I've had times where I've like prayed that I would pass out and tried to make myself pass out just so I could like somebody would be able to recognize that like I should stop working and tell me to stop working, because if I don't, like that will never happen. And like that is you, but like even more, which I don't know how it can be more, because I will do ridiculous shit to push myself.
I think that's also like a Saturn and Aries thing of like, someone else needs to stop me. I will run forever. Mm-hmm. Like, I used to watch like intervention shows and just be like so jealous of people getting, I'm like, I know that I don't do meth. And like, I should be jealous of someone who's like addicted to meth, but at least she has someone who will tell her to stop.
That's such an 8th house thing. Like, oh, she's in pain and she got attention for it. That's what I want.
I just want someone to care about all of what I'm going through.
That's true. That's
maybe I should do meth. No.
That's a valid reason. Yeah. Without the drug. Capricorn moon, I guess we'll drag that because it's pretty stupid.
It's the second worst moon you can have.
Yeah, but based on astrological standpoints. But Scorpio Capricorn moons, those are my two favorite. Like not my two favorite, but two of my favorite.
Oh, people
in people, yeah. Not like outside.
Because you're like, if mine sucks, I want yours to suck too, so we can bond on that. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, like I don't want you to be trash, but like it's just like understandable. Right. But what I was gonna say is, this is more personal than most of the time my Capricorn moon gets. But like I was getting really emotional the other day, like because my mom was in town, and like I don't know how to be emotional around my mom, and like my mom's also a Capricorn moon, so she doesn't know how to be emotional around me. So like we'll talk about anything, because like Capricorn moon can kind of talk about anything because you can kind of be emotionally detached from it. So it's like, we'll talk about very serious stuff and like, we'll not talk about anything, but like serious stuff that you should get emotional over. But the whole time we're just like at dinner, just like, yeah, so blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm not saying, like, I'm just trying to think of an example. Like, I'd be like,
so yeah, my dog's going to definitely die. We're going to have to put her down, like something like that. But just like,
and mom's like, yeah, okay, well, just let me know and we'll figure it out. And da-da-da-da. And then like later I was like, basically being emotional to my roommate because I was like, I need to be emotional to my mom, but I can't be emotional to my mom because I don't know how to, and my mom can't be emotional with me. And so I was like, I had this whole thing, and then still I came back and I was just like, wipe off those tears though. Like, can't let anybody see that you're crying. Like, everything's fine. Nothing's ever gonna change.
I'm gonna drag your comment because you just said Capricorn moon is the worst placement in my natal chart, in my opinion.
I disagree.
I have to disagree. You got Mars and Scorpio in the 7th, or what, Lilith?
Like Mars and Capricorn, Moon and Capricorn's like really hard on like the person. So I get where you're coming from there because it's just like it's not fun. Like it feels like you're like, damn, like everybody has this fun stuff and like this isn't fun. So I see why you say it in that way, but I think that it can make a really good person. In fact, I know this is supposed to be drag me, but I feel like it can make some of the best people because you're constantly focused on improving yourself. And because you don't like it yourself so much, you're constantly trying to be the best you. So we wind up being some of the best people as long as we have patience and can stick it out. But at the beginning, you suck.
I feel like most of the bad placements that like we have are like things that kind of only affect us.
Yeah, it's very true.
And so I feel like your Capricorn moon is like the worst that affects you. But your Mars is the worst that affects other
people. Because you don't mind going through somebody's phone. You want to know, bitch. Yeah. You want all the juicy information. But yeah, it sucks to fucking work yourself to death and not know how to deal with your emotions.
Exactly. And I want to drag Aquarius Mercury. Because I'm like trying to figure out why this is this way, but Aquarius Mercury will say things just to say things, And I usually attribute that to Libra energy.
Just to state their opinion.
But just to state their opinion, and also their vocabulary choice. They will pick the big words that don't necessarily fit into like, and I'm an Aquarius sun. I'm sometimes guilty of this. I'll be writing out a very important email and I'll be like, Alexa, define such and such big word to see, because I feel like I want to use it, but I'm not sure that it works.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like, do you do that without like asking Alexa?
Yeah.
Did she respond?
Yeah,
No.
she heard you.
Without asking Alexa. So you're just like, so blah, 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 on the pretext that, and like you shouldn't be saying on the pretext, but you want to say on the pretext.
Or just like using whom.
Just
to use whom.
My boyfriend thinks I use them to sound smarter, but it's just a habit. Subconsciously, you do it to appear smarter.
At first. And now it's just become a habit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a complete, you
both.
don't consciously do it to appear smarter.
Yeah.
But
yeah, especially because your Mercury is also in the 11th house. You're just ultimate, like, you share your opinions to share your opinions.
Yeah.
Like, and there can be no reason. Also, you have an 11th house sun. I've realized that these people really so overly identify with their causes.
Yeah.
And they also have to have something in their cause. Like, they're kind of selfish with it. Because I know somebody who's an 11th house sun, and every cause that she fights for, she is also a part of. Does that make sense?
Oh, so it's like, if you're a cause for like, if you're fighting for the LGBTQ community because you're one of the
right. So it's like, let's say you're a queer Black female. You're going to only talk about
women's rights, racial inequality, and what was the other thing? Queer, LGBT, not animal rights.
Just whatever has to do with you. It could be animal rights, but I'm just saying, like, it's so personal to the point where it's like, this is for you and you only, though. Like, this is so people treat you better. It's, like, more than, like, it is for the cause of it, of course, but you can see their little ego, like, super all up in there. But I do think 11th house suns are
for the cause
cool.
because it affects you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like everything's fine until it affects you.
Yeah.
Like, not to call out this one girl, but to call out this one girl. Like, she did not talk about LGBTQ stuff until she came out as queer.
Mm.
Like, she was always, like, obviously a supporter. Like, she was never against it. She's not one of those people. But I never saw it on her Instagram until she came out.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I need to drag this fucking Aquarius fucking 11th house energy. And I'm just gonna say it, right? I'm just gonna go there. Because there's been a lot of controversial stuff, or just like people are very mad right now because of political things that are happening here in Brazil, lots of stuff. But I just gotta tell you, Mariam, that posting stuff to your Instagram story to the 10,000 followers that you bought does not make you an activist.
Is that what she actually did? Wait, do you have her Instagram? Mariam?
No. Not you. I'm just saying, like...
Okay, I thought you somehow got it and saw it or something.
No. But this is, like, something that I've been seeing.
Right, totally. In
like,
general.
And it's people with Aquarius energy.
Yeah. Yeah, or, like, 11th house energy.
Yeah, and also 10th house... honestly, I'm talking about, like, Cancer midheavens, but you do have your moon conjunct your...
Right on there.
10th house.
Yeah.
So... It's just like you can't call yourself an activist just for posting Instagram stories about and like talking about how much it affects you, and like, I'm disappointed in anyone who's not talking about this. We need to be activists.
Oh yeah, that is very much an Aquarius. But I feel like you have a lot more follow through because you have the Aquarius in the 11th house.
Right.
So I feel like you actually are better at follow through than most people that have, but this is a drag me.
Yeah, this is a drag me. So
and also Capricorn moons don't normally say that. Anyway, sorry.
Right. Sorry. I just wanted to drag someone else who did that.
No!
Honestly. And you were the vehicle.
But
for
honestly, I think that's totally a legitimate drag. Because fuck it, this is a drag me. I'm all for it.
it.
Oh my gosh, I want to drag this Pluto in the 8th house. As cruel as that is to drag, I'm going to drag it from like an outside perspective. From the inside perspective, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You go through a lot of stuff, and I'm not trying to invalidate that. But from an outside perspective, these people are
crazy.
They're crazy, and they're so like manipulative. Like, these are some of the, I think it's like the most scary placement. Like, these are the people that are probably going to be the most likely to to be traumatized and then do that trauma onto somebody else, like most likely to get revenge, I feel like. And also from an outside view, these people are very sexual. Like, they just ooze sexuality, and they just use that in every fucking aspect of their life, to the point of like, okay, well, like, since we're dragging very specific people, I didn't start this with the thought to drag this specific person, but I'm going to now. So this person is Pluto in the 8th house, like, okay, they're the kind of people to be they're just naturally so sexual. Like, they don't have to do anything. They don't have to, like, put on sexy things. They're just, like, you're hot even when you were young, ultimately always sexualized, which sucks. But, like, if you were to be... Like, if you're a stripper, you're going to be like, I don't need to learn how to dance. I don't need to buy anything. I just need to get up there and shake my ass and people will give me money. You know what I mean? Like, It's like, and I watched a video of, like, Cardi B when she used to be a stripper, and, like, she doesn't have this placement, but she was kind of like that stripper. Like, you could tell, like, she was just dancing on the floor, and she never did any tricks or anything. She was just like, I'm naked. You should give me money for no reason. I'm just walking around. Look at all these cool girls doing stuff. I'm doing nothing because I can't dance, but I'm sexy, and you should give me money because I'm going to manipulate it out of you.
I want to drag Venus in Pisces.
Oh, yes. That's
and I also have like a very specific, because, okay, I'll drag Venus in Pisces all day, every day. I also, have good things to say about Venus and Pisces, but it's so easy to drag.
Oh, yeah.
Delusional.
You put yourself out all the time to be dragged.
But I want to get specific on one okay, I'm basically just going to say, I was listening to Becca Martinez's podcast, reviewing the first episode of The Bachelorette. Becca Martinez is just 1 year older than us, and she's an Aquarius, so I know for a fact that she has Venus in Pisces. And just her entire take on all of the men was delusional.
Oh my God.
I was just like, no, what? That's not what I saw at all. She was saying that, like, Chasen was going to be the new grocery store Joe. And I'm like, no, Chasen is not going to be the new grocery store Joe. If anything, it's going to be Matt Donald. I know this is so not. And then I can't remember if this was her or her friend, but I'm still going to drag it anyway. She was saying, like, you know what? I was, like, so happy when Demi was on, because I secretly just want Demi and Hannah to be together. And I'm like, that is delusional. There's nothing more delusional than, like, shipping people. And I did that when I was a kid. But, like,
I've never been a shipper.
Shipping real life people, especially when it's, like, outside of the sexuality that they identify with, is just, like, so childish. And Venus and Pisces, in my opinion.
Yeah. These people will send you weird messages. Like, I got a weird message from what I think is a Venus and Pisces, and I was talking business with him. And I'm pretty sure he has some Pisces. I saw it instantly on this person when I met him. I was like, Neptune! And we were just like, I was like, so when will this be delivered? And he was like, have you been thinking about me? Was your eye twitching or something? Because I've been thinking about you. And it was like, I'll be delivering them at da-da-da. And I was like... He, like, even put a few spaces, so I didn't see the actual response until I was, like, ballsy enough to open the message, because I was scared to open it for a few hours, because I was like, ah! So when I finally did open it, I was like, oh, he did respond to my message. He just made it so I had to fucking open the message to see it. Open his fucking creepy-ass message. Okay. Venus and Pisces is a pain in the ass also. Lol. I was one of those crazy delusional One Direction fans when I was little. Totally.
I know exactly what that
fandoms were crazy.
And that was like ultimate, like that fandom was the ultimate, like shipping people outside of their sexuality. Because they were like, these two boys in the band are in love. these two boys in the band are in love.
And I was like, leave them alone. If they're gay, they'll tell
know.
you, or they won't. Like, it doesn't matter.
And it's just like, it's like low-key manipulative.
Yeah.
You know, of just like, I don't know. I don't think it's
like when we get weird comments of like,
oh yeah, like if we're dating.
Yeah. Which I mean, if they're just asking, whatever. But it's like there are a few weird ones in there.
Yeah. Or like people say like, I want to be in a threesome.
Yeah, that stuff is what I'm saying.
That's like
it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But anyways, and Venus and Pisces will not get that boundary though.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like they don't get that. That's uncomfortable like that. Because they're like, it's just a fantasy. Like it's not real, but it's real to them. But it also like, I feel like I should have some say in what you do to me in your mind.
Yeah. Oh my god. You're like triggering me all over.
I know.
Like, God, yeah, I've had like experiences with Venus and Pisces. Both of these. One I never hooked up with. One I did hook up with. But one I never hooked up with. But I know. But one I never hooked up with. But I had class with him, and he would like message. So I had to see him every day, and he would be like totally normal to me. So that he would message me like, I had a dream about you, and then when I woke up, my sheets were wet, and like blah blah blah, and like crazy stuff like that. God. The other one was like, okay, I did hook up with the other one, and I also had class with him. So he would, and I was like more mature and able to be like, it's okay, it's never gonna happen. And he'd be like, but I just want to feel. I just want to know what it's like to be inside him. And I would be like, how about no? And then every Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for the experience. And then a couple days would go by like, so listen, I know it's been like a year and a half, but are you sure you don't want to further things? Like, yes.
I have not changed my mind. You also have like a very brilliant aspect in Neptune, so. And you got some 12th house stuff, so you're a little delusional.
I feel like you're, again, like unexpectedly petty, unexpectedly like, because I feel like you just portray this like wise, sophisticated, smart, put together type of person, and then you have like a secret.
I feel like put together is the wrong word. Because the Aries rising,
but it's with Saturn in it.
Yeah. But I don't know, there is something that's always going to be a little bit unsettling about an Aries rising.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're never sure when they're going to...
I'm just, like, seeing all this, like, really high-degree Aquarius 11th house stuff.
And the Capricorn midheaven. From far away, you seem very much like that.
And then you get a little closer, and you're like, oh, startled. And then you get more intimate, and you're like, oh, my God. Is this person going to kill me? No, I'm just going to look through all of your personal diaries and phone and... like I feel like you're the person to like really go through great lengths, like while they're sleeping, get their thumbprint, face recognition, and like no shame with it.
No, not at all. Also, I want to talk about your Jupiter in the 12th house for a second. You spend so much money on just ways to escape, and you don't spend any money in practical ways that could further you. Like, where you put like all your extra time and energy is like, how can I leave? And I was gonna say something else.
I feel like it's mostly like,
oh my God,
beach vacations, because you want to get away to the water.
Yeah,
with your Pisces Jupiter.
Oh yeah, of course. If you had it your way, yeah. I just saying, I don't know.
If you go on Astro Cafe and you read like the descriptions that they have, they get lazier and lazier the further down you go. And so by the time that you get to like Jupiter in Pisces, it'll just be like loves the water.
Yeah, it's sort of like one line. Jupiter in 12th is like
enjoys voyages.
Fantasy or something.
Here, I'll fucking.
Oh yeah. But I was gonna.
I'll have like paragraphs and paragraphs of like Venus square Saturn, Venus in the 7th house, and then when it gets to like it gets to the house breakdowns, and it's like,
oh, that's what I was gonna say. Jupiter in the 12th house can be endlessly existential to the point that you're like, oh my God, we get it. Yeah. We know you're existential, like. But like it's never ending. Like the second you have any free time, you're like, time to disassociate.
I'm just gonna like drag Astro Cafe for a second because it this is what I'm talking about. It says Pluto in Sagittarius, great aspirations, sexuality and love are idealized, and then it doesn't even give a breakdown for what house it's in.
Oh my god. It gets so lazy. They updated their
Yeah.
shitty fucking thing, but they didn't fix and update that. Hire Nina. Nina will do much better.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would. I did. In a weird
We
way.
did.
I know. I did.
I heard
No.
Where's my
I'm
health
never-
insurance?
Seriously. Where is my health insurance?
Oh boy.
Let me see here. Is there anything we have? Oh, literally like 30 seconds left. She does have Saturn opposite her Mars. Is there anything else that I want to say? Neptune in the 10th house. You'll just never be able to figure out what you want to do for your career. Like, but all you want is like a very Capricorn structured career. That's actually kind of like the opposite of ours. Like Capricorn with
Well,
Saturn in there.
We have Pisces with Saturn.
Yeah, because she has Neptune in the
And
10th.
she has Neptune with
Yeah.
Capricorn.
Yeah, so I feel like it's a little switched. So because of that, you're like, I want nothing but a structured job, blah, blah, blah. It's somehow, it never winds up that way. It's always a mess. And you're always a little bit of a mess at work. And it doesn't make any sense. Why am I always a little bit of a mess at work? Tell me.
I'm always a little bit of a mess all the time.
But yeah, that is, I think, the end of our reading
Yes.
for today.
Thank you so much for purchasing it.
Yes. And the DRAAGs are not in stock, but our Transit, Advanced, Beginner, and our Astrology course are all in stock. We will be posting the 8th house video very soon. I promise. I really wanted to get that up yesterday, but I had to go to sleep early because I thought I had to wake up early. Well, I did have to wake up early,
But
I didn't
for
have to.
nothing.
For nothing. So I'm really annoyed. But yeah. Anyways, this month.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you are subscribed, because 64% of you aren't.
Yeah, guys. What are you doing? Hit the subscribe button.
That's the
Hit
first
that
time we've
bell.
ever said.
Hit the smash that motherfucking rate the shit. Fucking remember that? When you used to rate?
Give it 5 stars.
Give it 5 stars.
And make sure to
What is
check out
this,
all
Yelp?
the links in the sidebar.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah. Oh my god, that's crazy. And the most subscribers that anybody has is like 1 million.
If we get this video to 20 likes, we'll
Yes.
post the 8,000 video.
Oh
What
my
if we
God.
were those bitches? If we get this video to how many?
We
I
wouldn't
don't
be into
even know.
astrology because
I
whoever
know.
has that chart would not care.
I know. I don't even know how many likes we typically get to know how much to ask for.
I don't ever pay attention. Well, we've gotten 4. So if we get 1 more like, we will at some point post the 8th house video. So like her up.
And if we get 2 more, we'll film the second part of the 8th house video. But we need 3 more to post the second part. Which we
And
will film.
20,000 more.
Look at that. 5 likes. You did it. We got it. We're posting the 8th
We'll
house
post
video.
the 8th house video whenever we feel. I will post as soon as I can. Anyways, okay. That's all.
Bye.
20,000 likes from 1 person, and that person will get a free reading. But you have to like this video
20,000 times and somehow
and
prove it.
And if you can do that with the same account, we will give you a free reading.
But it will only be 5 minutes long.
Yes, it'll be 5 minutes long, and it'll be about your sun sign compatibility. It'll be a horse.
15,000 likes and we'll show my cat Lola.
Her titties.
That is child pornography. She is 1.5 years old.
In cat years, that's like 7.5. She's fine by most religious standpoints. Check out the Bible.
Okay,
check
we
out
need
the
to-
Quran.
we need to stop. Goodbye.